Okay. So, what I really wanted to talk today about is activity. Now, I think we can all agree that the more activity that we do, whether we're recruiting or selling, the more money that we're going to make, right? Is that safe to say, everybody? Couple head nods around. We good on that thing? Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Real safe to say. So we can't just sit back sometimes, folks, and wait for things to happen. We have to make it happen. You can't just wait for people to walk through the front door, i.e., live transfer, and just make it happen and just sit by and, oh, I took 5 transfers today. Okay, well, what did you do for the other half of the day? What did you do in the other 75% time of your day? We need to be doing a lot more outbound dialing with many types of leads. Yes, I will agree. Put my hand to the Bible. There's nothing better than a live transfer TV lead. 100%. Agree with you guys. 1,000% awesome lead. There are other leads that Senior Life generates and will continue to generate. But unfortunately for you guys, you're going to have to take your finger out and dial them. I know it's a lot of hard work. Oh my God, they may not answer. They're going to give me some nonsense. It might not be as easy as a live transfer when someone's ready to speak to me. I might just have to work a little bit harder and deal with some more objections. But folks, you owe it to yourself, to your business, to your family, to your team to learn how to work many, many different types of leads. Here's what I want everybody to understand right now. And you really need to talk yourself into this if you don't feel the way that I feel. But every single lead, I don't care if it's a live transfer television lead, a web quote lead, a Facebook lead, a direct mail lead, multi-source telemarketing, whatever. I don't care what kind of lead it is. There's only one reason why they would respond to that lead. Only one. Whether that response form is calling, filling out a form, typing in their information, whether the autofill is all the way there and all they got to do is click submit. There's only one reason why they filled out that information or called us up. Only one. And that reason is because they want to buy life insurance. That's the only reason. And if you think that there's any other reason other than that, you're crazy. And you need to stop right now, talk to your manager, have that conversation with them, hash it out. But you need to get yourself to the level of belief that you confidently know that no matter what kind of lead that you're working, that the only reason that somebody would call is if they want to buy insurance. David, are you in a position right now where you could just say something for like 2 minutes? I was going to say it for him, but I want David to tell the story because he tells it better than I do about your alarm system camera story. I want you to tell that story real quick. This is a true story.
For a second, I'm like, what the heck is this guy talking about? Crap. So I when I was a new homeowner, I wanted to have an alarm system in my house, and I was waiting till Black Friday, right? So I was like very methodical about this. I'm going to get an alarm system. Black Friday's close. They're probably going to have some great deals. So I waited till Black Friday. Right on Black Friday, of course, I saw a bunch of deals. I went online. I put some information in. The second I put that information in, my phone rang. And I knew it was a salesperson trying to summon an alarm. And I was like, dude, I do not feel like dealing with a salesperson right now. I got other stuff going on, even though I just did it and I was planning on it. And I was methodical. I was waiting weeks to even do this, right? So it's super methodical. Like I'm definitely getting an alarm. I'm going to wait till Black Friday. And my phone, this alarm people called me probably 8 to 12 times every single day. And I was like blown away. I was like, wow, this guy's really calling me. Like they're not stop calling. And it took weeks because every time they called, I'm like, I don't feel like dealing with it now. I don't feel like dealing with it now. I don't feel like dealing with it now. And then all of a sudden, one day the phone rang and I looked, I knew who it was because I had the number memorized by now. And I looked at the number. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing anything right now. Now's a really good time. Let me answer this phone and do it. And I answered the phone and I got an alarm system. Right. And the guy probably had to dial me literally probably over 100 times. My phone rang with that number. And like I said, I knew the number. I knew I wanted it. I was just waiting to do it on my terms, basically. Like, oh, okay, you know what? Now he called when it's convenient. And that's what's going on every single day in the behind the scenes with our people, right? Because people are the same. They do the same things, right? People shouldn't surprise you. So that's my alarm story.
It's crazy, and like I was going to say, is how often do you think that that's happening with our business? Like every day.
Every day, all day, every day.
Happens all day.
Every day.
I mean, you got to think about it. Remember, people call our TV commercial. They see our TV commercial. They call our TV commercial. And then the operator says, hey, would you like to talk to a live agent now? And they said, nah, have someone call me later. Right? They literally just called into the TV commercial. They're on the phone. And if it doesn't come as a live transfer, that means they said, call me later. Again, makes no sense at all. But an agent who calls that person right there and gets them on the phone and sells them.
Yeah.
But in their head, they said, nah, I just called. Just have them call me later. Makes no sense.
Yeah.
But that's people.
You even get a live transfer over, and then all of a sudden they got something to do and they're busy. Like literally, you just answer the phone. Hi, this is David with Senior Life Insurance Company. How can I help you? Oh, I'm too busy to talk right now. Dude, you called me. You guys ever see that little FaceTime thing that was going around where somebody would call you on FaceTime? They'd answer and they say, oh, I'm busy right now. Let me call you back later. And they hang up on the guy. Like that's the equivalent in my head. It's the stupidest thing in the world.
But we all do it. All of us. Including you,
it.
including me, including the top people, like we all do it. It makes no sense at all. And when people are like, when's the best time to call? Like all the time, because you just don't know. Like it's like you have two moving humans, and you just have to like your call has to be the same time they're ready, right? Which there's no rhyme or reason to it ever. It's just max calls.
They wanted to buy an alarm system, needed an alarm system, security, whatever it was. His interest level wasn't quite when he filled that out. It wasn't like I need this now. It was I want this and I know I need to have it and I'm gonna do it, but let me just start gathering some intel and some information or whatever. Let me just see what's out there, right? So he was maybe like a 5 out of 10. But
yeah, so same thing. Like just like our clients, like, oh, I don't need the insurance because I'm not gonna die yet. Like it was to me, it's like, oh yeah, I don't need the alarm system because I probably won't get robbed this week. So I probably got a few more weeks before I need my alarm system.
Yeah. And then when the time was right, that person called. I guess my question to you is, are you going to be the one to call that person when the time is right?
Right.
Or are you going to let somebody else do it? I love seeing stories on our Telegram group chats of people saying, I closed a lead 5 years old. Heck, let's talk about this real quick since we're on the topic of David. The first couple of weeks of leads that David was working were 5-year-old leads, and he seemed to have no problem. Why is that? Because the first agent was an idiot and never did his job right. Because he or she gave up. I don't even know who it is, but I could just honestly say they probably were stupid because they just quit. They didn't keep calling. They didn't keep doing what that alarm system person did. Man, kudos to that alarm systems manager. We got to find out who that is, and we got to hire that manager, David. Because they're teaching their people the right way to keep following up and never stop calling. 10 times, call the person 100 times, text them, email them, leave a voicemail, hell, mail them a letter, knock on their door, stalk them on Facebook, Instagram, Telegram. It don't matter, but you need to get this person on the phone so you can do a presentation. That's our goal. And then after that, that's phase 2. Then we could teach about learning about presentations. But every single person, folks, wants to buy insurance. Every one of them. And there's one guy that, he worked in my office briefly, maybe 6 months or so, but I've never seen a better guy at getting to, he would do a presentation for every single lead that I would give him, every one of them. He would just not let the people off the phone. He'd call them 800 times in a row if he had to. I'll never forget there was one time where he called his person, they blocked him. He called him from another phone number, and the person says, "Why are you calling me? I blocked you. Why are you calling me from a different number?" He said, "If you didn't block me, I wouldn't have to call you from a different number," and made the sale. True story. Dana and others they saw it happen live in real time. How bad do you want it, guys? Do you want to sit back and be comfortable? You know, being comfortable is your broke zone. Are you going to sit here and scroll through Facebook and Instagram all day in hopes that maybe you can get 3 to 5 live transfers today? Or are you going to take ownership of yourself and of your business and go out there and solve some problems and increase your activity to such a high level you have zero chance to fail? You know what I want everyone to do is to take your closing ratio and throw it in the damn garbage, because I don't care about it. I want you guys to drive your closing ratio so low that you don't even want to tell people what the percentage is, because your activity level is that high. Do you understand what I mean by that? Your activity level has to be so high that your closing ratio is so low. You know, we always joke in the office, you know, Carlene is the only one besides me that has well, she doesn't have a door, but there used to be a door. I took it off because I don't like closed doors. But she's the only one in the office. Every day that I walk past her office, she is on the phone talking to people. From the time that she gets here till the time that she leaves, she's talking to folks. Outbound dialing. I give her a set of Facebook leads. "Oh, why'd you give me leads?" I don't get that from Carlene. She takes the leads and she works them because she needs leads to work, because people that responded on our Facebook ad want to buy life insurance. Who would have thought? Now, you can either make excuses as to why you're not going to sell those extra people, or you can get creative, you can get better, you can use the things that we learned on these calls, you can lean on your manager to help you overcome all these objections that people are going to do, just like the alarm system with Dave. How can you keep calling? The financial aspect of the alarm system, obviously everybody knows who David Price is not the issue, but you may think that. Or if the person called David 88 times before he answered the phone, do you think that person thought that David wasn't interested? No, of course they knew he was interested, because he would not have filled out that form online unless he was. Folks, I promise you it's not going to be easy, but I can promise you that it's going to be worth it. I promise you that you're not going to get all the juice out of the leads that you get the first time you go through them. Promise you that. I promise you that the first couple of calls that you make off a set of leads, you're probably going to get through it and not be where you thought you were going to be. What are you going to do then? I get a set of 20 Facebook leads, 20 whatever. I get a set of 20 direct mail leads, and I'm calling all these leads. I call those leads 5 times. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. What are you going to do then? That's what I want to know. Because that's where it starts, because that's where most people give up. Well, let me go to the beach, or let me stop. Let me go complain. Let me go get some live transfers. No, we just proved to you that if you call somebody 100 times, even though they know who's calling, eventually, when the time's right, they're going to answer the phone. Are you going to be around when they answer? Are you going to fight through it? The first year in this business is the toughest. I promise you it gets way, 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 way easier after that. That first year is going to be rough. I can guarantee you that. But if you fight through it and you last that year, it's like a switch goes off. Things get so different. But if we just sit back, what are you going to do if you're not in the top tier for live transfers? Just be off the top tier forever? And just get 1 or 2 live transfers a day? Heck, I couldn't survive off getting 1 or 2 live transfers on a daily basis. Neither could Ron Powell, David Price, or anybody. Need a lot more than that to have a chance to make it. So we got to take control of that. different types of leads. There's different strategies. You know, there's a reason why a live transfer TV lead costs, how much does it cost now? $55? And a Facebook lead costs $20. And it only cost $10 last week. I guarantee you guys one thing. If you get to me before lunchtime today, I promise I could probably get Wade to extend that $10 Facebook sale through today. That was just for last week. But if you get with me or get with your manager and you want to take advantage of that, so that's $10 Facebook leads. You got to get a minimum of 50. So how much money is that? 50 leads at $10. How much is that? $500. They will break the charge up over 2 weeks. So it only costs you $250 a week.
Yep. So get 100. Get 100 Facebook leads.
Get 100. I love the way that Jen thinks. It's $1,000, $500 a week. That's 100 new people that want to buy life insurance. 100 new people. In fact, if you get 100 Facebook leads at $10 each, I'll get the lead department to break the charges up over 4 weeks. $250 a week. Done deal.
Shoo! Let's go, Doug.
Let's go. $10 each, guys. I'm probably putting my foot in my mouth. I got to make a phone call as soon as we hang up just to make sure that we can do it. But I'm pretty certain we can. Folks, let's go. Let's take advantage of that. Hell, I don't care if the leads cost $100. Here's the coolest part about this. The leads don't cost you $1. There is $0 exchanged. Senior Life gives you the leads, and they deduct a portion of those leads from your paycheck. You do not, these leads cost you nothing. They cost you nothing. And the amount of money that you spend that you don't really have to pay for, that just gets it's tax deductible. These leads cost you nothing. Stop being scared. Get more leads. Folks, I hope everybody has a great day, a great week. Let's take advantage of this week, folks. Let's take control of our activity and let's make sure that we win. Make it happen, folks. Thank you all.